I regret getting the message.
Oh wait, are we good? Are we good?
Are we live?
All right. No,
Uh,
I was getting some
Here we go.
connection hiccups from the proxy, but we're back.
All right, very good.
Yes.
Okay.
Are we live?
We are live.
Oh my
Yeah!
God! So I've been informed to people who are watching us live on Twitch. We cannot freaking see you in the Twitch chat. We have a separate Discord or IRC channel. If you use an IRC client, head on over to Freenode, join #LGC-weekly, or become a Patreon, and get on our Discord, and then you can hang out with all the cool people and shitpost like it's nobody's business.
Yes.
Exactly. Pound us all day. What?
Welcome back to another Thursday stream. This is Dungeon Crawl Classics number 3 of 4 of
Yes.
our little campaign. Next week is the next week's the big finale, unless everyone dies this week. In which case, this week is the big finale. And we'll figure out something to do when that comes around. When we last left our intrepid, actually, should I check in with you guys? How are y'all doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing quite all right. Yeah.
Oh, doing great. Doing great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday.
End of the semester and enjoying playing a game, a good tabletop. Yay.
Yes.
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 I enjoyed that party last week at Strider's
Yeah,
place
we
with
had a
Jill.
wonderful 40th birthday party for Matthew, as well as, of course, the LGC party, viewing party
yes.
as well.
I completely blacked out for most of the LGC content, and I swear I didn't have anything other than ginger beer to drink.
So Patrick Finney, ultra lightweight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gargle with some Listerine and then breathe in his face, and he'll just go up. He'll just pass out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Take over Strider's bed.
I'm sure Strider didn't mind. All right. So when we last left our intrepid heroes, they were in a dark cave after killing and gutting a horrible rock monster that hid in the darkness and ate a bunch of dwarves and also a bunch of their friends.
Yes.
She is for Grue, likely to eat you.
Indeed. And so y'all are still in the dark cavern. Well, some of you are. Some of you made it back up. You found a bunch of treasure in the stomach of the Grue, as well as a ring. No one decided on what to do with that just yet. But once again,
Was it the One Ring?
No one put it on.
I have it. It's a platinum ring. I didn't put it on, but it's in my inventory.
Indeed. Just to recap where our heroes actually are, they're on the moon mine on the moon of Persendes. It is a mithril mine run by a bunch of dwarves, who our intrepid heroes crashed into, quite literally, when their ship fell onto the mine and caused a bunch of cave-ins. The dwarves aren't happy about them. The foreman, who I was previously referring to as John Goodman, he is simply referred to as the Four Dwarf, because he runs the operation. Was not very pleased with the goings on. They ended up locking up Fire Cobbler, as well as one of the other 0 level guys who are still kicking around. Well, it didn't matter, because basically everyone who went to prison died.
Pretty much.
Glad Yoshi was the one who went to prison, and glad Yoshi is still alive.
Okay, well, so 50% of the people who went to prison died, not necessarily because of the prison, but because of what happened after. The party was sent to investigate a bunch of missing dwarves in one of the collapsed sections of the mine, found out what happened, killed what happened, and find themselves in the dark, lanternless. Although for some of the people here, that's not that big of a problem. So let's go on back to our little mappy poo here.
Okay.
There it is. That was the wrong scene in OBS. That was just for the benefit of the people on the stream.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're in the dark in a cave on the moon. What do you do?
I want to go back up that rope.
All right.
It's the only way out. It's the only way out, is it? Point.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as you know, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah. I can't see anything.
Ostensibly, this Grue came from somewhere.
Yeah. Well, someone else can investigate that, not me.
Yeah.
I personally, I think we should head back to the main area and get some more lanterns.
Well, that's what I have to do. You don't. You can see in the dark. You're a dwarf.
Yeah, but if there's another Grue out there, I can't see a Grue,
Mm.
and it's likely to eat you
Ah.
and me.
Evil Dwarf is thinking to himself, he's just going to go with the bigger crowd because that's more likely of a chance for him to survive. His survival rate goes up with the bigger crowd. So then you can
Rational
just
thought
toss
from
whoever
Evil
is
Dwarf.
at trouble.
That's right, because Fire Cobbler died. Jill was kind enough to lend Sandy her other character, Evil Dwarf.
Yay.
Yes. Take it to the max.
Patrick, not so lucky. He's got Huawei and Glad Yoshi, and if Huawei sets foot in Canada, they're gonna get arrested. So.
So
He's going all the way.
All the way to J.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, yeah. So, Giggly Pixie, do you have any thoughts?
Oh, well, right now I'm going to stay close to the dwarves because they're the ones who can see and I can't. The only way I can see is if I use my flaming hands.
Which
I don't wanna,
which at the moment would be very difficult.
Exactly.
Actually, it looks like Giggly Pixie's having some problems with her new job as a wizard.
Yes.
The two times she tried to cast a spell, not go in her favor.
Yes.
And until she gets some rest, if she wants to cast those spells again, she's going to need to burn her own physical life in order for that to happen.
Exactly. Yes.
yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I think we should head back up to get some equipment, get some lanterns, and to rest.
Well, considering everyone's... Oh, I'm going to change my mind. Considering everyone's being a pussy about it, I'm going to go forward.
you're just gonna go further in. I mean, you can't see, so
Yeah.
Well, I might run into a room of sort and see what I can find.
Okay, so
And see what you can find in the dark when you can't see anything.
yeah, so
Brilliant idea, man.
so Blumble, the expert thief, Grue Slayer, decides I'm afraid of no Grues, and walks into the darkness. Without light source. Can you make me a reflex saving throw, please?
Okay. All right.
Not me. Not me.
So reflex.
Reflex.
Just a reflex.
Just a reflex saving throw.
No bonuses. Nothing. Right. Okay,
Nope.
Cool.
Just flat roll. Oh! fucking Daredevil over here manages to avoid tripping, falling, rocks. Yeah.
Good job, Blumble.
Fair.
Oh man, yeah. You rolled an 18, so that's pretty good. Yeah. So you don't necessarily know where you're going, but you're unharmed on your way to that destination. Evil Dwarf, you see your thief sort of wander out into the darkness. Do you just say anything?
No. If he's gonna get himself killed,
Yeah.
Well, but he could also be looking for treasure too, so that's a duality.
Yeah.
So
Glad
I am
Yoshi
greedy.
yells.
I do.
You also have an ability to sniff out riches. Although it's a little interrupted right now, considering you just pulled a bag of gems out of a fucking Grue. So
Exactly. And he has the bag of gems, doesn't he?
I think it's split between him and Glad Yoshi, because Glad
Okay,
Yoshi
who has the most?
It's 50-50.
we gotta protect the
No,
money.
hold on. I put all that money to me. You ain't having. I killed the fucker. It's mine.
Okay, so I'd be able to smell that, wouldn't I?
I mean, you can make.
I would be like, oh, the smell of money's gone.
Make an intelligence check. Let's see if you notice it.
All right. Come on, baby. Don't fail me, please. All right.
Oh, very good.
Oh, nice.
Smart boy.
Finally.
Smart
Yeah.
boy. Sandy, I think you got to switch your
Dwarf,
sheet.
you're my boy.
I think you got to switch your sheet to. No, you have first level. All right, never mind. That's just the sheet being weird. All right, yeah. So as Blumble the thief walks off, your nose switches to the left, to the right. You smell filthy lucre getting away from you.
Yep, I'm going after him.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going after him.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So how are you going about that? Are you gonna sneak behind Blumble, or are you gonna just like fucking trot up to him and be like, "Yo, man, where's my money?"
No, I'm gonna walk up to him. I'll be like, "Hey, what are you doing leaving the group? Especially when you're carrying all that money with you."
Savior, this way. Yes.
Yeah, sure. I'll go with the
I'm
money.
going this way.
I'll
Into
follow
the
money.
darkness.
Yeah, Blumble's all
No,
alone.
leave my money alone.
All right. Splitting the party early. I like it. All right. So Blumble and Evil Dwarf, you continue on into the ever dark depths of the Dwarven Moon Mine. Glad Yoshi, Huawei, and Giggle Pixie.
Huawei and Glad Yoshi, because they know Giggle Pixie cannot see.
Yeah.
They're going to converse with Giggle Pixie. So Giggle Pixie,
Yes.
Evil Dwarf and Blumble just walked off. What do you want to do? We'll stick with you. I've got a pair of crutches that we can use to guide you.
Just to clarify, Huawei is a guild beggar and therefore is a human and cannot see in the dark.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's only Glad Yoshi.
It's only
Glad
Glad Yoshi
Yoshi.
who can see in the dark.
So Glad Yoshi is conversing with the two people characters who
anything.
can't see in the dark.
Yeah.
So Giggle Pixie, what do you want to do? Do you want to tread on with only one person as your seeing eye, or do you want to go back up and pick up some equipment and maybe rest so that you can cast more spells?
I think I would like to go get some equipment and rest so that I can use my use a spell burn later on for casting my spells.
Pussies.
Yeah, and both of my characters kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
all right. So the 0 level mooks and the wizard
Yeah.
head up. Begin the trek back to the dwarf camp. It takes about 45 minutes to get there. Going down into the depths is easier than coming back up from the depths. So it took you like 20 minutes to get down. It takes you about twice as long to get back up.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You
Have to climb that rope.
You get to the large stone door that indicates where the entrance, where this particular entrance to the mining complex is. And yeah, at the moment it's currently sealed shut. There's intricate. Well, I mean, only Glad Yoshi can see this. But there are intricate runes and etchings carved into this door. Did I get a bloop? Someone bloop me?
Nope.
No?
Ain't looping.
I'll bloop you.
I'm going insane. These sort of ornamental carvings. They depict a scene of like a phalanx of dwarves engaging with like some sort of monster, and their shield wall holds as this thing like tries to get past them. That's what the carved image is.
Okay. It's almost like a dragon.
No, it's more like giantish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But the door is sealed, and we're not going to be able to get past.
I mean, unless one of you
Good.
can phase through walls. I mean, it's within the realm of
No.
possibility for a character in DCC.
Always.
But yeah, like the door is closed. What do you do?
Knock on it?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many people don't consider that option.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me, for example.
So is it glad
That-
Yoshi?
that's actually why I asked, can the door open? If the door can open, then it is worth knocking on.
I mean, like it's a dwarf door, right? Like the image I'm trying to evoke is more like the entrance to Moria from Lord of the Rings.
I was just
Okay,
thinking about
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
glad Yoshi knocks on the door.
yeah.
Cool.
So boom,
Just say
boom,
bell lock.
boom.
Bong.
And yeah, your fist pounds against the stone, and for a while nothing happens. It takes maybe about 5 minutes before the thing actually happens, and like maybe in the interim you're still sort of pounding on the door. Let us in, Wilma. But yeah, eventually you hear a voice. He says, 1 minute, and then
Ah.
the door, like you see it split down the middle and open up, and it has like these interlocking bricks that like appear all of a sudden and then separate, and you can see the familiar insides of the dwarf mines, and Splort, the dwarf who originally sent you on this mission, is there, leaning on her crutch, sort of looking at you, and she notices that your numbers have been severely diminished, and says, "I take it you discovered what's been killing our miners."
We found out that there was a Grue or some other strange creature that was killing them, who comes out in the dark, but is weak to light, and we have lost our only lantern trying to successfully killing it. We came to see if we can get some free lanterns and some additional rope to go.
And when you say free, she like interrupts you with like this hearty fucking snorty laugh. She's like, nothing's free here, sweetheart. You gotta pay. I don't know what kind of dwarf colony you come from, but you know, here if you want something, you have to give us money.
Okay. Can we buy equipment and whatnot and rest?
Rest, sure. Equipment, we'll deal with that in the morning.
Okay.
And she just kind of upon saying that, she kind of just looks above and just like, whatever that is. And
Yeah.
she because you're all underground, she brings you into the mine, and then the doors close. Blumble, an evil dwarf. Look, I didn't actually plan about you guys going in here just yet, so let me generate some caves for you. Let's see what's are in the meanwhile, are you having like a conversation while you're like plunging the depths here, or are you just like walking in abject silence?
Walking in silence. I am not letting my eyes off him. No.
Well, I'm just going to say a couple things to you. Listen, you can't just be endangering the money like that by going off by yourself. I'm only looking out for you and the money. Mostly the money. All right?
Can I backstab him, please?
I mean, he can see you better than you can see him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, you'd have to like
Grub around.
You'd have to like feel him, establish where his front is, and then move around to the back.
No, just talking. I'm not saying a word. I am going to be left to my own world. Yeah.
So evil
Yeah.
evil dwarf, you were talking to the stoic brick wall.
I like the strong silent type. They make for good friends or good lackeys.
All right.
Yes, you want to
Fair
be my
enough.
lackey, don't you? Yes, I can see it in your eyes.
All right, both of you make me a reflex save.
All right.
Ah.
Reflex. There it is. Whoopty.
Look, that's not good.
What? Oh, where's my? Oh, god damn it!
That's even worse.
Oh no!
Why can I not get a roll?
Oh.
Orange Jesus is not loving you guys already.
Well, I mean, you both got 2 good rolls, and now you get 2 bad rolls.
Rolls. Yeah.
It
Yep.
battles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our and Jesus is a harsh mistress. Regardless, a bunch of
is
rocks
harsh.
fall on your head.
Of course.
Yeah, the ground quakes underneath you. And like, evil dwarf, you can see this. Blumble, you cannot. But yeah, you can see like stalagmites sort of like crumbling near the bottom, and stalactites sort of dropping from the top. You're both going to take. Oh, you got lucky. I rolled poorly too. You're both gonna take 2 damage.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
I think this is what happens. Like, evil dwarf, you look up and you see right above you there's like a big old stalactite that's coming loose and is about to drop on you, and you're all like, "Get down, Mr. President!" on like Blumble. It's like, I have to save the money, and like you tackle him like just before this thing drops and like would have skewered Blumble. But you both get like roughed and tumbled out, and I think Blumble, how do you react to this?
Thanks, I guess. Still not giving you the money, but thanks.
No worries.
Now get off me and get your hand out of my pocket. Come on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not wait, that's not my hand.
That's weird. How did my hand get in there? That's so weird. Yeah.
It's so weird, you guys.
I'm gonna help him up, but I'm like also gonna like just double check the bag quickly with my hand to feel if there's any holes.
Blumble, do you have a thief skill to see if this? I'm not sure. Nah. We won't put it up to a roll. That's fine.
No agility?
I mean, are you? So here's the thing: are you trying to steal the money from Blumble?
Yeah. You are evil.
No,
dwarf. No.
I'm an evil dwarf. I'm not a stupid dwarf.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I am.
You are. All right. So it automatically fails because this is pickpockets is a thief ability that Blumble as a thief has access to that you do not.
Damn. So true.
And you know, being at least in this juncture the most practiced set of gentle hands of the group, like you see evil dwarfs like, or I guess you would feel evil dwarfs like not so dexterous hands like paw at your side. You're like, what?
Yeah. Can I hit him for attacking for see if I can take down some hit points? Or
I mean you can attack him if you want.
Yeah.
But consider the 2 outcomes here. Number 1, you kill him.
yeah.
Number 2,
Yeah.
he leaves. Both result in you being trapped underground with no idea of where you are and no way to see.
Right. All right, I'll leave him alone. I'll just brush the hand away. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Money
Next time
there.
you'll lose it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, sure, yeah.
All right. So, the caves go south a little bit, or at least what you would assume to be south, given the general direction y'all have been walking through. And you come to a fork, evil dwarf. You see this. There is another passage going more north. You were coming in from the northwest.
Yes.
Should I draw this out? Yeah, let's do that. Let's add it.
Draw it out.
Let's map for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna call this the Moon Caves. Okay. So yeah, am I at the top corner here? Yeah, let's do that. All right. So y'all have come from about this way, and this is not how the cavern looks like. This is just the general path you've been taking. And eventually you come to like a large room with a passage that goes north.
Okay.
And then another one that continues south.
Oh, so like a intersection, T intersection.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm not seeing this.
let me move you over
Yeah,
to
I'm
here.
not
There you
either.
go.
There we go.
Okay.
I had to do a thing in roll 20. Yeah. So
Okay.
y'all are here.
Okay. New map.
Okay.
New map.
So I relay the information to Blumble. That there's a pathway to the left and a pathway to the right. Wait, can I do a smell check?
Yes. If you want to give me an intelligence roll, a trained one,
Okay.
you can see if you can sniff out any more gyms.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You definitely smell something to the south.
Yeah.
It's a little. It's
Okay.
it is the distinct aroma of riches, but you can't quite tell what, and it's pretty far away.
Ooh. Yeah, we're going south.
Well, I got no choice in the matter. You're my guide, so I'll go with him.
Yes, hold the rope.
I still have my rope, don't I? Pretty sure. I do.
What evil dwarf does is, because obviously he's wearing pants, right?
You-
So does he have pockets?
No, like pants in this aren't like jeans or stuff that we're used to, right? They're like very simple. They're like very very simple, like 2 cloth sleeves and like an area to go around your waist.
Aw.
If
You
you-
mean you
Oh,
don't have
okay.
a kilt?
Yeah.
Maybe you do. Maybe you are a bekilted dwarf. We never really established this. So I'm
Yes.
kind of leaving this up to you if you guys want to like establish dwarf fashion or anything like that. Oh my
Could
god.
be wearing a kilt.
Oh my god. Boromir or freaking Bruno is so hot.
Gimli?
Gimli is so hot walking down the aisle in his studded leather stiletto
Oh,
heels.
that was so cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gimli.
Knowing the history from Dwarf Fortress, the different regions and the different climates, the dwarves wear different things, and
Yeah.
No, they all wear
that they-
booty shorts, regardless of the year or time.
It's fine.
Yeah.
and in Dwarf Fortress, their clothing changes as they go deeper into the earth.
Yeah,
the
of
only
course.
the honestly
It
the
gets
o-
lighter.
honestly the only thing I really establish about the dwarves is that their skin tone reflects the minerals of the areas that they
Yes.
live in. So
Yeah.
Women
yeah.
are bearded.
Oh yeah, and this is a box standard thing. Dwarfy women have beards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fight
got
me,
them-
fight me, internet.
Yeah. Exactly. They're very Mediterranean in their look. Because
And
All right,
screw
so
you,
we're heading
Foxy,
south.
for
Well
taking
done.
all,
No,
of, the,
that was
all
funny.
of the loot that we could sell for more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Screw you for that.
All right. So you continue south. In the meanwhile, Giggly Pixie and our two
Yes.
zeros. So you're led back to the infirmary area where you were stored before.
Okay.
Splort tells you that like they don't really have a place to put you. I mean there are about 4 killed dwarves. Excuse me. There are about 4 dwarves killed by the group previously. So I mean their beds are available, but they're with the other dwarves if you want to sleep with them.
And they smell, yes.
Whoa!
Jill, they're dead. They're not in their bed. We're not going to be
I was
corpses.
I was thinking she's
Whoa,
like,
lady.
I thought she was like, no man, these freaking smelly ass dwarves, racist ass pixie.
Yeah. No, no, because of the stench from their death. Yeah.
Death stench, yeah.
Sure.
But they died elsewhere, not in their beds.
Yes.
Sure. Walk it back, Jill. We believe
Yeah.
you. All right. Let's go back to this map here then. So yeah. I mean, unless you have anything else to do, like the next day would like roll around, right?
Yeah. I was thinking we need to find something that's useful as money, so that we can get some more tools and possibly weapons.
Yeah, we need if we're going to get another lantern, we need gold.
Yeah.
Because the lantern is 20 gold pieces, unless the DM would take mercy upon our souls and reduce the price.
Does this look like the face of mercy to you?
No.
It looks like the face of God Emperor Frojo.
That's damn right. Now sacrifice me a goat. No, but
I have an idea too. So
sure, and I mean, like, if you want to go talk to the other dwarves as well, they're available.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I again, if you just the notion that you just kind of showed up and fucking shit up, they're not particularly well receptive to that. Especially because you also didn't tell them about the ultimate fate of the Grue, other than you found a monster.
Yeah.
That's also true.
Although, could we entice them with one of our gems?
We don't have any because Foxy has them.
Oh, Foxy took.
Well, I took them all. I killed the Grue. They're mine.
That's why I'm pissed off that he didn't.
Now,
I thought Yoshi had.
I'm gonna put one last idea in your head, and then I'm gonna shut up and let you decide for yourselves. But you could maybe if you pushed your luck, might be able to convince some of the dwarves to go back down with you and go retrieve your filthy stolen gems.
Okay.
I'd like to do that, and I do that with the story of how the Grue was slain.
Yeah.
As told by Glad Yoshi, because Glad Yoshi, I believe, is a dwarf. So
yes.
that would have
true.
A much more impact if he tells it to them in the native dwarven language.
Yeah, and I know,
Drunk.
as being, friends with dwarves, that they respect honesty. So, that's a good idea.
All right. So, okay. So you go and regale. You go and try and regale Splort with the tales of how you ventured deep into the depths of the mine and came across a horrible monster and slayed it. How
it killed. No, first of all, how it killed two of our characters.
Yeah.
Viciously and violently, and then how it was slain.
Yeah, please bring it up. Keep bringing it up.
That way, to let them realize how dangerous the thing was, so that we could get some more people to help.
To be clear, it killed 3 of your guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why don't you make me a personality test then? See how well you deliver the story in the native dwarven tongue. As you sing them the song of your people.
I do too. I seriously hope this goes wrong. No!
Oh, look at
that. 10.
Success.
Yeah. It was.
Yep.
Wait, what? The...
Current?
That's not right.
Purse.
Is it?
I did the little dice thing next to personality test. That's it.
Yeah, it says personality test. Interesting.
Oh, you did personality test. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, you said do a personality test.
Oh, okay. No. Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, sure.
Ah. You win by technicality, nerd.
Yeah.
No, okay. So this is weird. Because this method, a roll under your score, is like from AD&D. It's not. I don't think it's in DCC. Let let me check something real quick. Ability scores. Personality. Personality determines persuasive talent. Yeah, no, it's a personality check, not a personality test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So roll
it again.
Roll it again. I use the words test and check interchangeably. Apparently this sheet doesn't.
Nope.
No.
Not this time.
Not this time.
So how? So I don't think it's that like you did a bad job telling the story, because you basically you were truthful, right? You just reported the facts as they happened. You may have embellished them a little bit with some dramatic flourish, but
Yes.
but for the most part, you stuck to the truth. So I think this more represents that Splort has like other things she needs to worry about.
Okay.
And so she's like, oh well, that's all well and good. At least the damn thing is dead. You wanted something out of this, right? You wanted to convince them to give you stuff.
Yeah.
To give us stuff
A lantern
and to at
or
least
weapons.
have some more help.
Mm-hmm. Do you tell them about what's currently happening with or what last you heard of Blumble and Eveldorf?
Yes. And how about Giggle Pixie? You tell them
Yeah.
that. I say, I point over to.
I mean you already made the check, so you're not gonna get
Okay.
you're not gonna squeeze an additional roll out of it. But I mean like
Okay.
yeah, if you wanna
Yeah.
like role play it out or whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, I let them know that hey, after the Grue was slain, a bunch of gems were pulled out of its dead, rotting carcass,
Yeah.
and was given to a human who can't see in the dark, and we need some help to go not only
Wasn't
save
really
them, but bring
given,
out back
but-
the. Well, he stole them all.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we need to go down there not only to save them, but to bring back the gems.
And so
And-
yeah, so she looks at you and she's like, "Well, I shudder to think if you haven't been paying attention this entire time, but son, this is a mithril mine. It's not a gem mine.
But
We have a delivery due in 2 weeks, and we have to make our quota. And with a bunch of our workers dead, we can't make that quota. And the boss, he hasn't been taking this well ever since your ship crashed. He's been on edge.
Then I need to mention that ring because the ring might perk her interest.
I mean,
It's worth a try.
I mean, okay, sure.
It might be some legendary ring of some sort or some ring of importance.
All right, and like, and I mean, the ring itself is like relatively nondescript. Like,
The ring of nondescript. I love it.
I think you mentioned it had some etchings on it, but
yeah, it was,
beyond that, you didn't go into detail.
yeah, it's basically like a simple platinum loop that has like some etchings in a language you don't speak on it.
So,
But yeah, like, so I mean, you can make. Why don't you make me another personality check? Because this is for something different. Ooh. All right, so that has definitely piqued your interest when you're like, oh, it was like we found a bunch of gems and a ring,
Yeah.
and
the
she's like,
ring.
and she kind of gives you a side eye, and she's like, what kind of ring?
it's platinum and it's looped, and it's got the etchings of a language no one in our group was able to quickly identify, and it's in the hands of this thief.
And so she kind of nods and she says, well, we're all hands on deck to make the shipment in 2 weeks. I'll talk to the boss, see if I can't convince him otherwise. Finding a ring in a Grue on this place, it's odd. And she walks out, and just like before she closes the door, is like, for now you have the run of this place. Don't go into the armory. Don't try and steal anything. Don't try and start any funny business or just shove you to the surface. Got it?
Okay.
All right. So she walks out. Smash cut to darkness, imprisoning me. All that I see.
Yes. Darkness imprisoning me.
But I think it's kind of like a. It's funny because it reminds me a bit of those scenes from Avatar: The Last Airbender where they're dealing with Toph and they'll like hold stuff up to her face and expect her to read it and she's just like, I'm blind.
Yeah. Quickly read this. I can't.
Well, it sounds like a piece of paper being shoved in front of my face.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blumble, you are still in the darkness. I'm actually going to need you to make a will save. Being in the dark for this long is not good for the brain.
No, it's not. So, reflex or
will.
will? Oh, will. Okay. Oh shit! Here we go.
Wheaton?
And submit. Oh, okay, not too bad.
Yeah, the darkness seems all enveloping, but you know you're a thief, right? You're kind of at home in the shadows. There's just a lot more of them now.
Yep. I'm still a bit uneasy with Evil Dwarf behind me, but
indeed, as you head further south, you go about.
Is the smell getting stronger?
The smell is definitely getting stronger. So
What smell? Just out of curiosity, because I must have missed that.
so dwarves in this game have the ability to smell treasure.
Yes.
They can smell.
Sweet
They can smell
of
gold,
money.
gems, and precious metal.
Ah, it's like a Ferengi and gold plus platinum.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's actually the best metaphor ever. God bless the Ferengi.
Yes, I love the Ferengi.
It's the you know the funny thing too is Jill is that they don't love you.
No, I know they don't.
They'll never love you. They'll love your wallet, of course.
Yeah,
Well, it's not even that. Women are property of the Ferengi, so.
yeah.
Oh
they
yes,
are.
also true. Yes.
Yeah.
But as a human, Armin Shimmerman's very nice, and he's giving me tribbles. I have a tribble.
I mean, does Steve know?
I know.
Wait, are
see.
tribbles the one that you don't feed after midnight? I forgot.
Those are gremlins.
That's gremlin.
Those are
Those are
tribbles.
gremlins.
No.
Tribbles are just little fluff balls
Yeah.
that just multiply at
This
extreme
is
rates.
the one that Armin gave me at the last convention.
Nice.
Are you sure it's
But I
not
help-
secretly
I-
one of Shatner's toupees?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I helped him set up his stage for his show at the convention.
Yeah, it's the true.
I love it.
It's the true origin of tribbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, Blumble and Evil Dwarf. Yeah, so you've come to like a large opening in like the cave network here.
Yeah.
This is like a sizable expanse. About excuse me, one. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's big. This is just a fraction of like what the room you're in. It's huge.
Hot damn.
Periodically there are like stone columns that like they're not like intentionally made or anything. They're just naturally occurring columns of like rock and space in between them. And yeah,
Is there? Do I?
sorry, go on.
Do I see any like any sort of statues nearby on the left side? So if we're coming in, that left wall there, would there be any like sort of statues? Any indication that someone's been there before? Like
Why
in
don't
terms
you
of structure-wise?
why don't you make me an intelligence check to see if Evil Dwarf is smart enough to recognize this?
Oh God.
Yep. We don't have the intelligence.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Two.
How is this fair?
Oh, but evil dwarf is actually very intelligent. So-
I know.
Just not with my rolls.
Yeah.
I
You're going to kill him, Sandy.
because you're being malnourished.
I mean,
You need food.
It's our Jesus.
Hates
me.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, like if you wanted to go all tinfoil hats, like, oh no, these caves aren't naturally occurring, like the planets are solid rock or whatever. But like, that's the thing. Like, there's no like real evidence of anyone ever really being here, and. Okay. I think maybe you're a little too fixated on that to realize the other thing that's happening in the room. Blumble, you notice that once again, you feel rumbling coming from beneath you.
All right. Can I
I'll be back.
I tell evil dwarf saying, stop, shut up for a second. I hear rumbling. Can you see anything moving around me? Because I can't see in the dark. What's going on? Can you see anything moving?
Yeah, I'm gonna look around.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a big cavern like what I described, but like you're definitely aware of this rumbling too. Like there's nothing particularly noteworthy or descript here. If you've seen one cave, you've seen them all, right?
Yes.
Right.
But evil dwarf, you look down though, and you see small little mountains of dirt start to form underneath you. What do you do?
Not stand there. I grab him and I move to a better. Actually, I'll move us behind the pillar to see if, like, so we can hide behind it.
Sure. Yeah. You're not gonna have to roll for this. You see out of these small little hills that are being created in the ground, something emerges from them, and I don't think you've seen it before. The outside is very cool. Like you see sort of, you have like predator vision going on, so you see like this very cool these cool little like spikes come out of these mountains, followed by something a little warmer. And they're long and they're thick. There may be like when they fully emerge, there may be about yay thick and about yay long, maybe like a person long.
Okay.
And yeah, they're covered in like these spines, and they have like these sort of gnashing 3 teeth that they're using to like dig themselves forward. And they just sort of emerge from the ground, and there are 3 of them, and they just sort of flop onto their bellies and start spreading out throughout the cave. What do you do?
Oh jeez.
I could try to scale the walls to get higher, if I can. Can I do that?
Exceptionally difficult, because again, you have no light source.
Yes. Oh shit. Oh.
Okay, so are any of them heading away from the entrance that we came from?
There's one heading towards your general direction.
Coming from the same way, like the north end of that pillar?
No, what do you call it? The worms maybe came up from about here, and like one is going here, one is going there, one is going towards you. But like,
okay, yeah. So we are gonna try to sneak our way back to. Oh, wait, yeah. Here, let's use a proper color. Back to.
Are you long clicking?
Get out of here. I just put a mark.
I can see the 2 little lines there. Yeah.
Oh, so if you click and hold on an area when you have the reticule painted, then you can just do that.
Yeah.
Oh. I knew that. Yeah, so we want to go. We want to go.
You want to go back from whence you came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Back meow.
And I mean, like, you can, and like this thing is sort of like going about its own business, sort of crawling on the ground, still heading in your direction.
Yeah, so we're gonna go from the opposite side of him and try to sneak past him.
Yeah, you can. Again, I don't think this specifically requires a check.
Please don't require a check.
Yeah, right. But yeah, like you can move around him. Like it doesn't seem to acknowledge you is the thing, right?
Okay. Yes,
Right.
because that's my big thing is I want to see if it does see us or not see us, but like if it has any sort of like sensory to us.
I mean, so are you gonna try and like provoke it or something or?
No. Well, here's what I want to do. Now that I'm thinking about it,
All right.
I want to pick up a rock
Okay.
and I want to throw it over meow.
Okay.
So distracted you're trying to do. Essentially.
Yeah.
Just see if they hear anything, because then I can deduce
Sure.
whether.
So
you
you check a rock over there, and the one that's heading towards you doesn't respond to it. The one that was sort of heading in that direction, it takes notice of it and starts wandering towards it. And
Oh damn.
yeah,
Okay, so
So they can only see directly in front or hear what's directly in front. So at this point, can we see? Well, can evil dwarf see any exits at this point?
not from this juncture. There might be other ones in this cave. There's definitely there is one you know of, and it's the way you came from.
Right. So I'd say, can we go around the wall a little bit looking for an exit?
so are you wanting to go down here?
Yeah, somewhere along that
Yeah.
wall.
So
there,
there, there's further passages there and there.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, we can. So, I pull him. I tell him, Blumble quickly. I'm like, I think I see something at this wall over here, and I try to pull him.
All right, and I just put my hands out, just feeling the wall, just working my way along the wall.
Okay.
See where we get.
So you're gonna.
How are you guys doing that? Click and
Just hold it down.
Yeah. Just hold.
Yeah,
Just hold
click
it.
and hold.
Click and hold.
Hold it in.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Yeah.
Just gotta pinch it off.
Yeah.
It's the old squeezing, please.
Don't say
squeeze.
All right.
Ruined.
All right. Meanwhile, back in the mines. Yeah. Glad Yoshi, Huawei, and Giggle Pixie, you more or less have the run of the place. What do you do?
Well, we had a really nice, good sleep. And
No,
we're
you
energized.
haven't gotten a chance to sleep yet. Because if you did, if
okay.
if
This
you
is
did,
your-
we'd flash.
this
We'd
is our-
also flash forward to Blumble and Evil Dwarfs next day, and they don't have any food.
Okay. That's right. Okay.
Just rub it in.
Huawei is going to see, because you mentioned last
Foxy,
week that
you muted yourself, by the way.
Foxy.
Yes, I know that. Give me a second.
All right.
Okay.
Huawei wants to go and look to for those bioluminescent mushrooms to see if he can collect some to use as a light source.
I mean, they're all over the place. They don't like they provide dim light for like small concentrated areas. Like they're not great for like if you have a lot of them in one room, it'll provide okay illumination.
Yeah.
but they're better than nothing, and
Yep.
we can't really afford a lantern. So,
Cause you broke.
yeah, well, 20
Darn it.
gold is a lot of.
Yeah.
Well, that is a
money.
lot of.
Yeah,
That is a lot of money.
considering that the main unit of currency is a silver piece. Yeah.
And
Yep.
we start out with copper pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
So, yeah,
Good call. Good call.
Between the three of us, we probably might have 1.5 silver pieces, but
Yeah.
That would be pretty darn impressive.
So I mean, like, yeah, you go around and collect as much of this freaking fungus as you can, and like you can cobble it together to make like really crappy torches. They'll provide about the same level of lighting as a candle, so like
Okay.
5 feet around you.
That'll work. It's too bad I don't have access to my garden because I grow these at home. My bioluminescent mushrooms.
It dawns on you. It when like it would dawn on Giggle Pixie, like, you don't know what state your garden's in.
Yeah.
Because again, you just woke up on that ship, right? Like,
Yeah.
maybe like tending maybe tending your garden was like the last thing you remembered,
Yeah.
and it's like, shit, is that even still there?
Yeah. Oh.
You, yeah, you don't you
Oh
don't.
my.
Glad.
Yeah.
Sorry. Glad Yoshi is going to be looking for some rope and someone that we can buy some candles or some form of light or torches or something like that.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, like, you could go try and like track down the quartermaster here. They might have stuff. Like, there's not like a shop or anything. There's where would you want to go look for this dwarf? Do you want to try and go to the commons area? Do you want to go to where they sleep? Do you want to go to like the actual supply closet room thing and just see who's there? Like, what's the plan?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, if you agree, the supply closet is I think a really good place to start.
Yeah, if there's any dwarves around, I'm gonna ask, hey, where's the supply area or the supply closet?
Okay, let me do a roll. Let's see if you get a dwarf that likes you or a dwarf that doesn't like you. Actually, you know what? Make me a luck check.
11.
11. All right, that's better than a 10. All right, sure. Yeah. So you're sort of wandering around the place. Most of the dwarves here are giving you a wide berth. This who's doing this, by the way? Is this Huawei or Glad Yoshi?
Glad Yoshi.
All right, so Glad Yoshi, you're a dwarf. Yeah, so you're just kind of wandering around. Well, yeah, most of these other guys give you a wide berth.
How many torches did Huawei get from the mushrooms, just out of curiosity?
Like maybe 3.
Okay.
Treat like I said, treat them like candles. They're not actually torches. Torches will provide about 40 feet of light, dim or otherwise. Candles only 5.
Okay, cool. Sorry, just needed to clarify that.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
What am I? Yeah. So you made your luck check. So yeah, you're sort of wandering around, and you ask maybe one or two guys, like, hey, where do you get your supplies? And maybe there's one dwarf that says, why? So you can steal those too? Feed them to some kind of monster in the darkness?
No.
This is all your fault, by the way. If you didn't come here, then we wouldn't have any of these problems. And then another dwarf walks up, and they're like, calm down, Flartibus. You know, you're looking for connections where there aren't none. Hell, they killed the thing that killed our boys. You gotta be at least a little grateful for that. And Flartibus is just like, and the dwarf that just came up, and he says, my name's Grube. You're looking for some supplies, eh? Planning some more expeditions, are you?
That we are.
Well, you gotta clear it with the boss first, and doesn't seem like it's gonna be very likely.
All right.
Giggle Pixie, what do you want to do now?
I mean, the conversation isn't over. You can talk to him about more stuff.
You could try persuading him.
You
Persuasion.
could persuade him. Y'all are making a lot of assumptions and not backing it up with questions. So
Yeah.
Ask more questions. Is this?
Yeah, I mean, if we give them, if we get the gems and we offer the dwarves one in return, that might entice them to wanna go on this mission with us.
How about because there was the gems and there was, I think, shards of mithril in that room that
Oh yeah, that's another
someone
good.
tried picking out.
Yeah,
We could mention that to them and say, hey, we need some help going and retrieving this stuff. Then you might actually be able to meet your quota if you go to the help us out.
yeah, and actually the gems help you mine for mithril a lot quicker because they're much sharper and a better tool than the ones that they are using.
So Jill, is your character going along with? Is your character going around with Glad Yoshi to try and convince someone to give you stuff?
Yes, correct.
All right. So Grue, he kind of laughs at you and he's like, "Listen, there isn't anything harder than a dwarf forged pick, and I don't think a couple gemstones are gonna make mining mithril any easier. Besides, we already have a vein charted out and tapped. The problem is we don't have enough workers. My boys are working triple shifts. They're getting antsy. But if we don't make this exchange, then we don't get food or ice, and we need that to live."
How about Huawei and Gladioshi offer to help do some work in exchange for some equipment?
Well, and he kind of looks you up and down. He's like, "I don't know if one dwarf and one whatever you are can take the place of four experienced dwarf miners, but I'll talk to the boss and see what he wants. See what he can do." So it seems like all of you as a group have gone to the supply closet. So it's
It's a great place for naps.
or I mean, trying to find the quartermaster or anything like that. So, is there anything else you want to do before we cut back to our intrepid bumblers in the darkness?
Gladioshi needs a drink.
All right, Mazel Tov.
See?
I want statements are great, but they need to be backed up by actions.
Gladioshi goes to get a drink.
Okay. So Glad Yoshi wanders off. There's a there's a room set aside with like some rudimentary tables set up, and there aren't a lot of dwarves in here. There are a couple just kind of like eating their gruel. Some more messily than others. Like there's one guy who's just his entire beard is just covered in gruel. And yeah, there's maybe about 9 of them. A couple of them are actually wearing armor, and seem to have weapons at their sides. The rest just seem to be regular miner folk.
Gladioshi inquires to one of the unarmored dwarves why there are armored dwarves here.
And so you go up to one and they laugh at you again. They're just like they're just like,
"What kind of dwarf are you?"
Yeah, seriously, what kind of dwarf are you? People don't come and try and steal your riches.
Yeah.
There are pirates. There are raiders. There are horrible monsters in the deep that kill and eat our dwarves. We need to be able to defend ourselves.
Fancy pants dwarfs.
And I mean, let's be real, if these guys can swing a sword at an enemy, they can swing a pickaxe at a wall. Am I right? And one of the dwarves who was like wearing the armor, and I think he's the guy who has like all the fucking gruel in his face. He just like he hears that and he just flips the other dude off.
Good times, good old dwarves.
So you're gonna get your drink or not?
Yeah.
give him the
Me
drink.
and Glad Yoshi, and we're gonna have a nice drink and kind of discuss what our plans will be next.
All right. Do you want to take a minute to think about that? All right, so
Yes.
let's go back to Sandy and Foxy.
Yeah.
All right,
Do this.
Meanwhile, back in the caves, y'all have decided to take an eastern passageway.
Yes.
Rather, go from the east to the west, rather. And as I pull up this randomly generated map of caves,
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
there is yet another fork. This time it's 3 ways. One of the ways though is blocked off by rubble. There's one headed straight to the to the west, and then there's another one heading slightly northwest.
All right.
I relay this to Bumble. Wait. Yeah, I relay all the information, and then I give a whiff. I take a whiff.
Yeah, like
Oh, what was that?
that was the whiff.
I don't know.
Oh.
It's a strong whiff.
Evil dwarf has a powerful evil nose.
Close.
What is it? What is it you are doing? Oh, hold on. Smelling. Yeah,
Smelling.
Yeah, so you can tell you're heading in the wrong direction.
Yeah. Damn.
But as you start feeling more rumbling, and more of these little piles are starting to emerge from the ground in front of you.
Right from where we're standing.
No, it looks like it looks like it's coming from like either of the passages.
Okay. So I'm gonna relay to him that I feel the rumbling specifically coming from both passages, the 2 passages.
Right.
Well,
And
the rumbling's omnipresent.
Yep. I'd say
So am I.
we head back into the main room and go along the south wall and see if we can find another passage.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go back here. No.
Yeah.
Go back where?
Go back into the big main.
Right.
Go back into the big
No.
main thing.
Where-
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, those other worms are still in there. They're kind of derping around
Yeah.
doing their thing.
Yeah, we can see where they are at least. So
Well,
I can
we'll go
see
back
it.
in.
You can't.
Yeah, he can see,
Lord
and he'll
Pickle.
probably leading me. He's he's probably leading me to my death. But yeah, let's
You
go
don't
along the
know
south
that
wall.
yet.
I mean,
But it is coming.
Your name is Evil Dwarf. What do you think I'm going to think?
I'm actually really nice, guys. Oh, geez.
society made
Yeah,
me
so-
this way.
Yeah. My
All
parents
right, so
made me this way. Oh, geez, guys.
all right, so let's head back into the main room and feel along the south wall and see what we can find.
All right.
Hopefully, we'll find a lantern or something to eat. Oh, are these worms edible? If we do kill them.
When was the last time you ate moonworm, Blumble?
Moonworms.
Ooh.
Because
It's a
you don't
delicacy among the space pirates, but I'm not sure if it's this. It's not mithril worms. It's more of a iron worms are more tasty. Give a nice little meaty taste to them.
I
Mithril
mean,
worms,
you have never eaten anything that looks like this.
no, never eaten anything like this, and I just want to see
And like
if we can.
I also I straight up think that like yeah, moonworm is a straight up fucking delicacy. Is like, and the rich space pirates eat it, but the regular ass space pirates don't.
No. That's one way. of doing it.
You want to eat that moonworm? You got to make that moony, man.
Yeah. Get some of that moony. Sweet, sweet moony.
But still, if we do kill it, can we use the worm in some way to either food or water?
You won't know until you kill it and look inside.
Well, I relay my thoughts to Evil Dwarf.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry here.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
getting a little
So
bit desperate.
so let's put this in perspective. Blumble, you're a tax collector. You don't.
Yes.
You don't. That was your day job. You don't know. You're not necessarily the most educated on fucking.
No, I am
xenobiology.
not educated, but we need to
Exactly.
try. We got nothing to eat. We got nothing to do. We got nothing to drink, so
All right. Well,
we're gonna have to do
I'm
something.
hungry,
Yeah.
but you're gonna have to fight it.
In the dark? Come on! I need your eyes.
Listen, I'm
Well,
not that.
you guys.
I'm not
Most of your hits are probably going to hit.
I was a tax
or
collector,
miss
man.
Because
I was a
not gonna
tax
be able to
collector, not you.
Yeah, what,
Yeah,
what
so
the
I was a
what,
tax collector, man.
what the hell
What is evil? What
he's
is?
a blacksmith.
Oh, oh, okay. So he didn't level up or anything, or
Oh no, he
change.
Oh, I did.
he did. Dwarves level as dwarves though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does he have any special abilities or anything that I could use? 'Cause
Nope.
can't see
I
shit.
mean,
No.
you have. You've been using his ability to sniff out gems and stuff.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Okay, so that's one.
Also, his handy dandy ability to see in the dark.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Can I make another smell check to see which direction the money's in?
Sure.
All right. Let's...
I like that
Have a look
smell
at
check.
Oh, powerful schnoz.
Yes.
Every
When it
time
comes to money,
dude, every time you've tried to smell something, you've rolled like insanely well.
yeah, I really love money.
So I figured out you just need to fight people with your nose, and then you'll never lose.
Yeah.
As long as I keep sniffing them with the power of smelling, I will win this fight.
And what's the smell like to you? Ah! Ew. No.
Quickly, someone smell this.
All right.
I mean, so I think with a 19, I think you definitely smell that there's like another vein of mithril, going to the east.
Right.
Okay.
Mithril means Grue.
Yeah, so this way.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that way.
does it?
Yes. I'm inside your head, Jordan.
Money.
Yes, it
I
does.
really love that money.
I'm
I tell Blumble that I smell mithril straight
Alright.
ahead of us, off to the east.
All right, guide me towards it. Don't step on a worm, if you
Okay.
can. And
Yeah.
see if you can find some equipment that we could use, some oil, perhaps, or something like that. I don't know, but see if
Okay.
there's anything around.
How will you be able to use the oil? You destroyed the lantern.
Well,
Mm,
oil is fine because, well, yeah, I just need that. What's good with a lantern without oil? So
Yeah.
either way,
It's good for
need
bashing
something.
Grues.
that too.
Huzzah!
But yeah, we need to have a look around, see if there's anything we could use. But I doubt it because we're in a natural cave here with these big worms.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, let's make our way across to the east.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
You make your way to the east, and then a thing happens. The rumbling becomes a lot more intense as you go to the east.
All right.
Rocks are falling from the ceiling. You cover your head, but then so Blumble, you all of a sudden feel incredibly weightless, as if there's nothing there's nothing pressing down on you. Evil dwarf,
Right.
you are aware that the floor has disappeared from underneath you.
Oh damn!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh shit!
Oh boy.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab Blumble and I'm gonna hold on to him.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
Oh shit!
God.
Right.
Evil dwarf, you look below and can see what you could only really describe as a fucking murder cylinder filled with horrible gnashing teeth.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no! Oh no!
Bye, guys.
It's
It
huge.
was nice knowing you.
It's a Sarlacc. Oh,
Oh
Tunnel
no.
horror.
You made the
It's the
wrong
Sarlacc.
choice.
All right. So first off, now, if you want to try and rescue yourself, you can.
Okay, yes. So I'm pretty much gonna hold on. So we're pretty much falling down towards it, right?
Yeah. This is sort of happening in the bullet time of like you have maybe a split second to like grab a handhold before you plummet to your death.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna use him as leverage, and then
I'll
kind of shoot off of him towards the side.
also
Bye James.
point
Bye
of
bye,
order.
James.
If
Bye
you
bye, Batman.
if you want to burn your luck to get a better roll, now would be a great time to do that.
Yeah, I'm totally doing that right now.
Yeah, I'll try that as well
Alright.
if I can.
All right. So everyone, please make me, or Blumble and Evil Dwarf, make me a reflex saving throw to see if you can grab yourself a handhold.
Okay.
Oof!
Ooh.
Oh!
Oh!
Wow.
You're not dead yet.
Yeah. So
Fuck you, roll 20. I ain't dead yet, son.
So you I forget what that movie from the 90s was, where like it opens on them climbing a mountain and like the guy drops and then like one of them grabs him just in the last minute. So who
Cliffhanger.
Yes, cliffhanger. So in our Dungeon Crawl Classics cliffhanger-esque scene of rescue here, who grabs who? I think maybe it's Evil Dwarf because he rolled slightly better.
Yeah, Evil Dwarf grabs me.
Yeah, grabs you.
Yeah.
Like grabs the handhold.
I'm like, hold on, money. Hold on.
And you.
Yeah, fuck the money. Hold me.
I am, ain't I? I'll always save you money.
All right, so you see the cylinder move up as it's squirming and wriggling and writhing up through the hole that it has made, and you like it narrowly misses you, but you see this thing before it burrows into a wall at like a 90-degree angle, perpendicular from you guys.
Yep.
And Evil Dwarf. This thing is massive. This is like easily a couple kilometers in length.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Oh,
Jesus.
my
my
spine
God.
just shivers.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
It's like, oh god.
yeah, and as one or not maybe a couple of kilometers. I'm doing the George R. R. Martin scale thing where I say a measurement that seems big, but it's actually like ridiculously huge. It's
Yes.
so it is a large worm. Your size reference here is like fucking Shai Hulud from the Dune movies.
I was just gonna
Alright,
say,
yeah.
let the
Not
spice
Shia
flow.
Yeah. And once it finally finishes burrowing into the wall and going to the side, the shaking seems to like reduce and reduce and reduce until it stops, and there is a massive chasm underneath you. But Evil Dwarf, here's the tricky thing: that smell of mithril is so intense right now.
Oh my god.
This thing just
no.
dug through it. You can smell it. It's down there.
Ew.
Oh my god. I got to.
And as we get the sort of predator vision of like fucking the Migusta face on Evil Dwarf.
Ooh, okay.
By the way, the two of you can collect 2 experience points for that because you survived.
Huzzah!
Ah.
Yay! Okay.
Because you're putting yourself in danger and making it out of it, so you get XP for it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And
I do have a rope.
All right.
You have a rope. I don't. Good. Okay. Cool. Woohoo.
Okay, so I want to use a rope to lash it around something,
Sure.
and then so that way I can climb down for a bit. Yeah.
That's gonna be very tricky because you're gonna have to do it one-handed. Do you want to like maybe try and climb up first and then do that?
Oh yeah. You know what? That's probably a better idea. You know what? That's a great idea. Good idea, Jordan. I'm
Right.
gonna climb. I'm gonna climb up like a sane person, and then tie it off like a sane person
All right. Cool.
once I'm up there.
Yeah. All right. So you have a rope leading down into the darkness. Meanwhile, back in the kitchen. Actually, no. Let's not go into the kitchen. Huawei and Giggly Pixie. What have you been up to?
Oh. Well,
I mean, I've
Huawei's in a different area, Jill. Huawei's been busy making those torches. Glad Yoshi is now
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
drinking in the area.
Yeah, I'm with Cloud Yoshi.
all right.
Okay, so Huawei, what Huawei is doing now is, since they finished making the torches, is they're going to go and ask about what various creatures have the dwarves seen in their mithril mining? What sort of creatures should be watched out for? Because he's a stupid human, and he doesn't know anything about dwarves or any of the
Sure.
things to worry about.
Make me a personality check. Let's see if this is interpreted as either, oh, you're just a dumb human. I gotta teach you stuff because you don't know anything because you're a dumb fucking human. Or, why are you asking me this? I'm busy. Fuck you. Bleh. So, looks like it's the latter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... yeah. Soup-did humans.
Yes.
Was I supposed to do trained or untrained?
Trained is fine. You did either... Even if you rolled untrained, you wouldn't have rolled any better. So...
Yeah.
So... Here, so, yeah, and you basically get that. Like, a lot of the dwarves, like, just don't want to talk to you. Like, you get a distinct sense that, like, you're unwelcome. It's clear that a lot of them, like, still blame you for what's happening. Like, workers are dead, and now, as a consequence, the boss is making them work more to meet their quota. And, yeah, like...
Plus, they race his tail.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they don't like humans very much.
I mean, they don't. Given what you've seen, they don't pretty much like dwarves much either. But you know,
Yeah.
but again, you're the wrong kind of dwarf. You're not a moon dwarf. You're like a dirty planet dwarf.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Smells
like
gems, you fancy.
but yeah, but Huawei encounters like a lot of resistance.
Okay.
Yeah, like, and at least one dwarf goes, "I'm the monster you should be afraid of." Grr.
Jumps back like, don't touch me, please.
What is Huawei? You're a beggar. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's why he's off doing the begging.
Right.
Please give me some information.
Spare me, merciful one.
Spare me, mighty dwarf, please.
Huawei, since Huawei is a beggar, why don't I use that skill and beg for any sort of equipment or some gold, money?
Okay. You were using your skill of making people pity you. Sure.
Yes. So, what do I need to roll? Oh, great God Emperor.
I'll say another personality check. Maybe you want to spend some luck on it too. Like, here's the thing. This is like a difficult check. This is like DC 15. Again, they don't like you. You're not demonstrating value to them. Yeah. You're just demanding charity.
How do I do the luck thing then?
It's you make the roll, and then you can reduce your current luck score to bump the result of the roll by 1 or 2 or however many points of luck you burn.
Okay, so I'm doing the personality roll, and I'm burning. I'll burn 1 luck.
I told you the DC. You shouldn't burn luck unless you're intending.
I wouldn't burn that luck.
Yeah, unless you're planning to burn 5 or more.
Yeah.
That won't tip the result.
Okay.
Not with numbers like that.
No. So Giggly Pixie, what are you up to?
I am right now. I've got the Yoshi with me, and I am telling the fortunes of these dwarves because they are curious about this wizard.
Ooh,
as a fortune teller.
Okay. What? Jill, why don't you make me a luck check then? Let's see how lucky these dwarves are.
Wrong one.
Yeah, just roll trained luck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would have been a good one nonetheless.
I
know. Let's see. Let's get a tarot card that reveals the fortune.
Okay.
So yeah, so you rolled a 2. That's not great.
No, at all.
So
Yeah.
let's pull up a random tarot website.
Okay.
Welcome to
do,
my
do you
rules,
want me to
Jill.
re-roll trade luck, the correct one?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Welcome to my world, Jill.
Yeah.
All right, so you do a reading. So the first card you get is Strength. You feel that despite the challenges you've been faced with, past, present, or future, you will find strength or the courage to succeed. What you want most right now, or what these dwarves want most right now, is the Magician. Perhaps they want love. They want appreciation.
Okay.
When the Magician appears, a new love affair, or perhaps a rekindled affair. This might, but this can be interpreted in like a broad sense. They fear justice. There could be agreements or legal affairs that concern them. Yeah, well, I mean that's kind of obvious, right? Like that's the pending contract that they have to fulfill.
Exactly.
They fear being unable to be able to make this goal, and are in fear of the punishment that will result in that.
Result, yeah.
What is going on? The High Priestess. Oh, they should be open for help from all sides. What's going against you? The Hanged Man. Don't allow yourself to be victimized. They shouldn't allow themselves to be victimized or emotionally blackmailed. Ooh.
Okay.
The likely outcome is judgment. It's a time for taking stock, an end of an era or phase of their life, and brand new opportunities appearing. So,
Okay.
so the vibe that you give them, is like, yeah, bad stuff is on the horizon. It may be time to like reassess your current relationships. There may be new relationships coming that will sort of fill that void. This is what you're telling the dwarves, right? So
Yeah. So.
yeah. So
Times are changing, and you need to really, really be helping each other right now, and working together for a shared goal, and
and
staying healthy.
And okay, so you failed the luck check because you didn't get above a 10.
Yeah.
So I think the dwarves that you're talking to, I think they're just like, yeah, whatever. No one can tell the future, silly human. But someone else approaches you. Another dwarf approaches you upon hearing that, and like gives you like the slow clap.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit here and clap as I think of what to say.
Get going.
So who is one of the other dwarves that I've created that I haven't used yet? Yeah. So there's you look behind you to the source of the clapping, and there's another dwarfish woman. Actually, I think it's straight up Splort. And yes, Splort's like, yeah, that's a very good speech, but dwarves don't put a lot of stock in superstition. But I do like what you're saying, though. I think you should meet me later tonight. We have some stuff we need to discuss.
Sounds wonderful. I have some other options you might enjoy.
And she nods. Yoshi and Huawei, are they up to anything else? We didn't touch on Yoshi. So what's he up to?
Yoshi is finishing his drink as he hears the stuff mentioned by Giggly Pixie, and has his interest perked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he goes and tells Giggly Pixie that he's going to go get Huawei so that they can meet up later on that evening.
That was a private conversation. You didn't necessarily hear that.
Okay.
If Giggly Pixie wants to share this with the rest of the group, she is more than welcome to. But that was a private conversation between her and Splort.
Okay. Yeah, I want to keep it a private conversation.
Okay, in that case, Glad Yoshi is going to go look for the headmaster person.
The four dwarf?
Yeah, the four dwarf, to see if there's anything that he can do to get some additional equipment. But before Glad Yoshi goes away, it dawns on him that he should ask about some of the creatures on this planet.
You already tried to ask that to someone and you didn't get a good result.
But that was from Huawei.
Right. Also, it's not a planet;
in
it's a moon.
In a different area. So.
All right. If you want to give that another shot, I'll. Normally I'm fail forward, so you tried pursuing that avenue and nothing came up.
But and they're both in two different areas. So
what? Like I said, I'll allow it this time. But
okay.
If the rule is if you fail trying to find something out through one avenue, unless you've significantly changed that. So again, nothing has. So for in this particular example, if we were to enforce that rule, nothing has changed your group's standing with the dwarves. You have done nothing to display value. You've done nothing to help them. You've just asked questions and demanded stuff of them, right? So if you were to change that, if you were to come back with the magical ring, or you were to come back with the gems or whatever, or come back and oh, your dwarf friends weren't actually dead, they were just sleeping, and proved it, then you could make that check again. But either way.
Yeah, and I didn't roll very well, so I'm gonna go.
Yeah, so again, it's a lot of you. So I will say this: you get the sense that they don't really encounter much up here, and the fact that they encountered something was surprising.
Okay. So Glad Yoshi is gonna go try and find the four dwarf to.
Oh, he's very easily found.
To discuss what can be done immediately to at least help the dwarves to be able to get some equipment to go back down.
Okay. So you go and you seek out the four dwarf. He has an office set aside specifically for him, and you knock on the door. You hear John Goodman say, "Come in," and yeah, in this office looks like a mess, right? On the walls are prospecting maps, and there's a larger map of the moon itself that seems like a globe, but it's not very well filled in. There are notes with this is Glad Yoshi, right? So there are notes with scrawled in dwarven script about materials and potential veins that might be uncovered. And at this carved stone desk is this dwarf, and he still has his golden pickaxe tucked under his arm, and he's working on something. It's a very small statue made out of modeling clay, and he's making adjustments. What is it, Bach?
What timing?
But yeah, he's working on this little model or statue, and he's muttering to himself.
You're muted.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that. Glad Yoshi politely says, "I'm sorry for interrupting you. I was wondering if there's
and he sort of looks up surprised that he told you to come in, and then immediately got absorbed by this thing again. So when you speak, he goes oh.
Sorry for interrupting you, but is there anything we can do, I can do, my friends can do to be able to get some equipment to go down and rescue our friends who are now, we don't know where they are?
You ever worked in a mine before? Like he's still like his eyes go back to the statue he's working on, and he's like meticulously like carving into it and etching stuff in it. But he's still talking to you, but like he's clearly still engaged with this thing.
Glad-Yoshi is a chest maker, so Glad-Yoshi could offer to make some containers to hold shipment stuff or statuettes.
I mean, like, do you just come out the door and say that?
Yes.
And so he's still meticulously working on this thing, and he says, "I got lots of boxes. I don't need boxes. The problem is that they're empty, not full of mithril." Do you know how to swing a pickaxe, boy?
Glad-Yoshi says, "Yes, sir."
You want to get put to work, or do you want to continue mooching?
Glad-Yoshi says, "Yeah, I'll work." And
then get out of here and get to work.
Okay. So
and yep.
Go ahead.
And then and then he just goes back to like fully focusing on like the statue, unless you like interrupt him any further.
Yeah, and this would probably be unwise to interrupt him any further.
Mm-hmm.
So, Glad-Yoshi goes to find Huawei to convince Huawei to do a little bit of mining and digging.
All right. Does Huawei agree? Are we going to do the Divinity 2 thing where you have like the one player controlling two characters who disagree and you want to flip a coin?
Sure. Let's add a little more RNG. Let's roll a D2. One. Huawei agrees. A 2. Huawei doesn't agree. Is that good?
All right. Yeah. Sure. However you make the decision, it's up to you.
I could just see those evil cogs turning.
Huawei agrees.
It's more like an evil monkey with like symbols going.
So Huawei agrees. It rolled a 1.
All right. So you can go down and like if you go up to one of the dwarves and you're like, yeah, put us to work, they'll be like, all right, here's this helmet and a pickaxe. Go do some stuff.
Okay.
So I think we got 2 scenes left. We got Sandy and Foxy, and then we got one last one with Jill. So let's do that.
Okay.
Then we'll close out. So plunging even further into the depths.
Yeah.
No. There's the moonworm has definitely, and so Evil Dwarf. It occurs to you that this giant moonworm looks a lot like the tiny ones that you saw earlier.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so is it safe to deduce... Would it be safe to deduce that those are children?
It's a reason. It's definitely a reasonable assumption.
Yeah. I'm definitely keeping that noted.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yeah, you fastened a rope to some secure hold, and you
Okay.
go. Are you going further down at the depths? Have you convinced Blumble to do
heck
this?
Yeah. Oh well, Blumble, it's up to him. He can stand in the dark all he wants, or he can.
Yeah, I got no choice in the matter. But let's go.
This is the weirdest hostage situation ever.
Yeah, I know, right? It's almost borderlining on Stockholm syndrome.
It's like he just blindfolded me, going, "Yep, you're going with me."
Yeah. You can come with me, or you can stay here tied up, blindfolded.
not even tied up and blindfolded. He just straight up can't see.
Yeah.
You've been essentially holding his hand and guiding him through this entire freaking series of events.
Also true.
Yes.
Yeah, so obviously now we're both gonna go down, climb down.
I mean,
You don't need sight to climb.
Yeah, it's the pros of the buddy system, and you totally need sight to climb, but
Yeah.
but you
Only up.
even down, you need to know where to put your feet.
Nah, you just wing it.
Yeah, you
Just feel around with them toesies.
yeah, maybe Evil Dwarf goes first, so like periodically you get like Blumble feet in your face.
Fuck.
Sorry.
They probably can't smell too good either, so
No.
Yeah. Dirty humans.
all right, so you go down about as far as the rope will take you, and there's a small landing that leads into another cavern, and yeah, like you can see in your improvision the distinctive heat pattern of mithril. Big old vein of it running through here. There's
And it's like all around, all on the walls and stuff like that.
yeah, there's actually like it seems to take up like this entire cavern. Like it seems to be like a mithril tube almost.
Ooh, okay.
I just start panting. I'm like, oh my god. Money.
Blumble, how do you react to this? You're muted.
I'm a thief, but mithril and rock is of little to no use to me. So, out of morbid curiosity, I take the ring out of the bag and have a good feel with it in the dark and see if I can figure anything out with this.
Do you put it
Because
on?
it does seem to be important.
Do you put it on?
Yeah, I'll put it on. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Guinea pig.
Well, you certainly feel a lot more confident when you put it on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
This
it is.
ain't so bad.
Yeah, like it almost feels like nothing couldn't possibly go wrong for you while this thing is on.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, you like like you get this overwhelming sense that like despite the fact that you're like stuck in a mine in a planet and you don't know how much air you have left and you can't see anything and you've been following this crazy dwarf the entire time and there was like some horrible earthquake and he screamed a bunch and then caught you and dragged you down here, that it'll all be fine. It'll work out.
All right. Okay.
So
Right.
with that ledge that's right by us, is it close enough that we could swing the rope over? And
Oh
try
no,
to say, like-
you're in a cave right now. Like
Yeah.
you've gone
Feet
past
on
the
the
ledge.
Okay, so we're past that ledge.
Yes, you're past that ledge.
Okay.
The rope actually went a little further down, but there was nothing else under there for you to stand on.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, because that worm just cleared sheer rock. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, I like it.
And we as the audience would totally recognize like the pattern on the wall of like the shaft down. Like this is the sort of like thing that a freaking remote drill like makes when they're like boring tunnels into mountains. We as the audience recognize it. Your characters have no idea what this is.
Hold on. Hold on. What's in this tunnel? Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's check out the tunnel some more. Let's go deeper.
Well, we can't go anywhere else, so let's go.
Let's go for
Well, we could go up, but that's not where the money is.
No. Fortune favors the bold. Let's go.
Exactly.
All right. I mean the ring seems to be backing up that. Just like yeah, fuck it. Do it, man. You'll be
Let's go.
fine. Don't
Let's
worry
go.
about it.
Make us rich. Make us rich.
Yeah, no,
Let's go.
He's like, dude, you're gonna be so fucking rich. You're gonna get all the fucking pussy. You're gonna get like a giant castle. You're gonna get like you have this overwhelming sensation
Positivity.
that this will all work out for you.
All right. Okay.
That
Let's go. I will protect you, even though you're guiding me through this dark tunnel. Don't let me go.
and as you go down this tunnel, Blumble, it almost seems impossible, and you think at first maybe you're just going insane because you've been in the dark for too long. But there seems to be a light at the end of this corridor.
What?
Ooh, I can see a light.
Now, I mentioned it to...
Now, I ask...
it's faint, but it almost hurts your eyes just because you've been so adjusted to like just seeing pitch black.
I ask Evil Dwarf, can he see the light?
Yes, he can.
No,
see
not that light. That light.
Yes, Evil Dwarf. If you shift back into the regular light spectrum, you can definitely see a dim light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh my
All
gosh,
right.
yes.
Can he see anything in the dark, in the shadows, though? Is there anything in the shadows?
There is a poem. The light that you see at the end of the tunnel is just the light of an oncoming train.
Well, now you ruined it, Mirror. Lightning
Yeah,
bolt strikes you, and you personally, Patrick, and you take 96d6 damage.
Yeah.
You so did.
No,
Damn, I'm sorry, man.
no, it's not a train. I was actually gonna make that joke though. As you get closer, you finally get run over. It's like you finally see it, and you get hit by a train. Yeah. That's not what happens.
So, is there
so-
anything in the shadows? Is there anything in outside that
Yeah, I'm
light?
just gonna pay attention to the shadows as we move down towards the light.
Nothing. No,
All right.
No. Nothing that seems to be, nothing that seems to be in the shadows.
Like I'm not gonna look directly at the light. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna look off to the side, so it's like kind of in my peripheral. Mm-hmm. So that way my
Right.
eyes can slowly adjust.
Yeah.
All right. Same with me. So same.
And
Well, you're fine.
and you're walking down this corridor, and the light is getting steadily brighter and brighter and brighter, and you keep walking down this corridor, and you can't quite tell how long you've been walking. Evil Dwarf, something kicks in, because I think, do dwarfs have that ability, or am I thinking of something else?
You're probably thinking of something else.
Maybe not.
Maybe
Not.
question.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, you can totally tell this because you are a dwarf. But there's been a slight slant on the path you've been taking, and it's been going downwards.
All right.
The heck?
Yeah. And you keep walking, and you keep walking, and eventually, you come to. You come to like an opening, and it looks like a door frame. Like a carved wooden door frame in the middle of the rock, and the light is coming from the other side of this door frame.
Okay.
And
so...
as you poke your head in the room, you see this room is like carved in white marble, like, and in the center of it is a bed, and inside the bed is someone sleeping.
What?
Meanwhile,
Son of a...
You bastard!
Meanwhile, it is much later in the quote unquote day. Giggle Pixie. It's around the time that Splort had asked you to meet her.
Okay. Very good.
And you go to meet her, but there's another dwarf there who says, "I've been expecting you. You should come with me." And he leads you out. He actually leads you outside the mine, and down another tunnel, and then up a rope, and at the top of that is another one of these dwarven doors that is opened up, and inside you can see Splort and a couple of the other dwarves. One or two of the, like, there's maybe one who's in armor, and there's another one sitting on a stool. Right next to her is an enormous tower shield, and also surrounding her are barrels. And what do you call it? Splort is also there. Splort introduces you to this dwarf sitting on the stool. Their name is Dagnump, and Dagnump looks at you. Like, I think maybe you've seen this dwarf before, wandering the halls. But like you've never talked to them, and they look you up and down and they say, "Well, have you been enjoying the accommodations?"
Yeah, you guys have been treating me actually very nicely. My other friends beg to differ, but you're treating me differently.
And Dagnup says, "Well, most of us are not too used to visitors. We're used to being left alone for months at a time. The only contact we get is when those damn elf ships come by for their shipments. They bring us the food we need.
Okay.
And the rest of the dwarves don't talk to them."
Well, the dwarves know that I am different. I'm a wizard, and
I don't think that gets the reaction you were expecting. You were expecting something a little more positive. They're like, when you mentioned that you were a wizard, a bunch of them were just like, "Oh shit, what?" And they look scared. Yeah, they look scared. And Dagnum's like, "Calm down.
Okay.
Someone with skills like that is precisely what we need."
Yeah.
Have you spoken to our illustrious leader lately?
Mm-hmm. No, I haven't, but I would love to.
No, I mean you have. You met him once when you woke up.
When we woke up. Okay. Yeah. Now I remember.
But like you can respond to that question however you want.
Yeah. Yes, I have. But at that time, I didn't know where I was, and I was with my friends, and we were just trying to survive. And several of my friends died on a quest, and had to kill a Grue. And how many Grue do you know of are roaming around these mines?
Lady, as far as we knew, nothing was roaming around these mines until you showed up. And the boss hasn't been taking this too well. He's been going a little loopy for a while now. He's giving us unreasonable work hours. Most of the boys, they don't care, but this is getting ridiculous. And now that we've lost a bunch of workers, the orders are getting more extreme. I think we need to do something about it. Are you willing to help us?
Yes, I am. And I can summon a patron bond.
A brond? What's a brond?
Patron bond. A patron.
And like you get a bunch of looks from the room like, what the hell are you talking about? Like they don't know what a patron is.
Yeah. Well, I was telling your fortunes earlier, and I have the power to change how you will think about the situation, and something that can help you also in battle.
And they nod and they're like, "Well, battle is one thing. We're gonna have to win over hearts and minds. Do you think your friend can do that?"
Yes, definitely.
Good.
So I have a friend who would be willing to help.
I mean, you say that, but you didn't cast the spell yet, so you don't know.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So
jumping forward.
But I do think I think that's good enough for Dagnump. And she nods and says, "Good. We have work to do."
Okay.
And that's it for the session.
Okay.
Yay!
Oh, boo! Still good job though.
Yeah.
Great session.
No
I
one
didn't
has
die.
died
This was
yet.
awesome.
Yeah.
I beat the odds.
Oh my!
Yes, you did.
Man, I lost money. I was
It was 12 to 1 odds against me.
I was positive Sandy was gonna find some way to murder fucking evil dwarf.
Yeah.
You know what? So did I.
Yeah.
Despite his best efforts, they survived. All right. Well, we got one more episode of this coming up next week. then I don't know what we're going to be doing. But we got to thank all the people who made this possible, the folks at patreon.com/LinuxGamecast, enabling this stream to happen, enabling that Wednesday show that Jill's on to happen, and of course, that Saturday show that I'm on also. That happens. You should check that out, Saturday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock p.m. Yeah, I said that already. Check out this channel tomorrow. Ven's going to be doing something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we're going to be playing more Counter-Strike. We've got Aldius that created us a nice server. So we're going to be playing the remastered version of Counter-Strike.
Oh, yeah.
Danger Zone.
Yeah, you're going to be doing the Battle Royale thing. All right, that's cool.
Yes.
Foxy, Mir, Sandy, got anything you want to tell the people about before we head off?
No, nothing at this point. Not much.
Mir?
No, I've got some past streams going up on my YouTube channel if you guys want to watch someone play Starbound for about 5 to 9 hours straight.
Where would one
is an amazing game.
Where would one find that, Mir?
It would be YouTube /MirPPC, I believe.
Okay. That's the sound of a man who doesn't know where his YouTube channel is.
I don't know the URL for my own YouTube channel. I'm sorry, man.
Good.
Aww. and chat realm, go buy some merch. We got lots of good merch.
Yeah.
In our store.
Oh yeah, I want to get a couple of coffee mugs.
Maybe you'll get non-misprinted ones, unlike what Jill has.
Exactly. This is a collector's item because this was misprinted.
See, this is
it's special to me. This is the first one.
This is messing with my brain because I know that's a regular-sized coffee mug, but it looks so huge compared to Jill.
Yeah.
and anyway,
it's like the hobbits when they first discover pints.
Yeah, it's a pint.
Pints.
Yeah. All right. Well, stay tuned next week.
I don't have a customized YouTube channel, so just look up Patrick Finney on YouTube, and you should be able to find me.
Sure, you can also look him up on the phone book and send him stuff through the postal service. Don't do that. Well, yeah, we'll be back next week, like I said, for the final part to Keep Your Feet on the Ground. Will they keep their feet on the ground? We don't know.
I hope so.
They almost didn't this time around. And,
yeah, correct.
Yeah, but they got them feet back planted on the moon ground. Anyways, thanks for showing up, and that's gonna do it for us. Bye, folks.
Okay, bye, chat room.
Later.
Bye-bye.
We love you.